What else can I say? I have a love for, we talked a bit about the history of Ottawa Valley, and I'm helping out with a project to build a 25-kilometer hiking trail up a 1840s wagon road up the side of the Des Moines River.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
and
cool.
And it's big. I'm just a helper, but I'm sort of coordinating the effort on the southern half of the trail, seeing us in from Deep River, and the rest of everyone else is from Ottawa. So they've mostly been covering the north part of the trail, but it's been so interesting opening up this old tote road, this old wagon road, and discovering for ourselves what was left by these guys when they used to be doing river drives and log drives and all that sort of stuff. And back when they cut down trees with saws, like hand saws, or axes before that even, and it's just so amazing. So I've written a song about tote roads because there's yet another tote road that we've been exploring, and with this what's called a depot farm. They'd have these farms every 10 miles, or stopping places every 10 miles, because that's as far as a horse could pull a sleigh before it needed to be watered or fed or whatever. And so on these road systems way back when in the 1800s, every 10 miles there'd be a place that you could stop and get taken care of. And off of the Brent Road, there is the original Brent Road was a wagon road that went from De Riviere into Cedar Lake, and halfway in is a place called Halfway House, oddly enough, and it was run by a fellow by the name of Xavier Pilon. We found out, and it's interesting researching this too, because and social media nowadays is really handy for researching things, because you go onto one of these historical sites and you post some pictures and ask some questions, and boom, all of a sudden you're in contact with a descendant, and they can give you information, and then you go on Canada Census and you see the names there to verify things, and so this song I wrote here is about this tote road, this wagon road, and this stopping place called Halfway House on this road, and run by Xavier Pilon. And what's there today, I'll have to take you guys in there. It's really interesting. These old fields are growing in, and the buildings have long since collapsed. There's still a patch of rhubarb growing there.
That's hilarious.
That was planted like over 100 years ago, probably. So talk about non-GMO, right?
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, you can't kill that stuff anyway.
No.
Yeah, and so we've actually transplanted a few roots, and now we're growing this pilon, this ancient pilon rhubarb at our
100-year-old
place.
rhubarb.
Yeah, it's so
That's
great.
cool.
And actually, we also have a rhubarb from my wife's Anne's family from New Brunswick, which is also like hundreds of years old too. So we have these two vintage rhubarbs that are fun to square off from each other or whatever. And so this is a song called Halfway There, and it's written from the perspective of a lumberjack heading into the bush to work the winter and then run the river drives in the spring. So so in the 1880s, you could get to Brent, but you could get to De Riviere by one of three ways. More ways than you can today, by the way.
Yeah.
You could take a stagecoach, which ran up the Pembroke-Mattawa Road. They had stagecoach service until the late 1800s. You could they had steamboats running every section of the Ottawa River from Ottawa to Mattawa. And the rail line had just been put in, CPR. Well, it wasn't the CPR, but the predecessor to the CPR. So this is the story of a guy that's going in to work the winter. By rail and by steamer, the time I arrived at the place of two rivers, and for the drive. On a horse-drawn sleigh, southward we head through the forest on a toll road as winter sets in. At times I would walk with the sleigh just ahead. 10 miles to the depot, 10 miles to Grant. The stillness of the winter on this winding toll road, I heard of this place, it's halfway home. Oh, Mr. Pilon, your farm is so fine, 10 miles from the noisy CPR heard of your daughter, of sickness she died. Her smile still lingers, still question why. The steel heart that you forged from a horseshoe of spare, Xavier Pilon shaped it with care. Oh, Mr. Pilon, your farm is so fine, 10 miles from the noisy CPR line, 10 miles yet to go on through the Brent. I wave at your daughters at the time they're well spent. I wave at your daughters at the time they're well spent. The horses were fed and the hitching repaired. Smoke from the chimneys stained the cold air. Large pots of the harvest steeped by the fire, sometimes with music late in the hour. Oh, Mr. Pilon, your farm is so fine, 10 miles from the noisy CPR line, 10 miles yet to go on through the Brent. I wave at your daughters after time they're well spent. This place in the forest now speaks without words. With the fields closing inwards, the sounds now unheard. From the ruins and stone fences and the rumored still there, lost are the stories of the place halfway there. Oh, Mr. Pilon, your farm is so fine, 10 miles from the noisy CPR line, 10 miles yet to go on through the Brent. I wave at your daughters after time they're well spent. I wave at your daughters after time they're well spent. Lost are the stories of the place halfway there.
Did you play that one at Hardstock?
I might have, probably did. I was.
I think so.
Because I know I've heard you play it before, but I didn't think it was at Long Shots.
No,
so,
I was to say I think it was
Yeah.
Hardstock. Yeah.
Yeah.
that or a stream or something. I don't know. Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. You know, we have found over 300 horseshoes there.
Wow.
We took 200, and they're being used on this Des Moines tote road as trail markers.
That's awesome.
But there's still at least 100 hanging on trees there that we found. It's the neatest. I'll take you back there.
Yeah.
It's such a cool place.
Yeah.
You know?
I would be so-